Okay, let's unpack this. This deep dive takes us into, well, profoundly tragic and disturbing case. It really reveals some devastating insights into just how vulnerable the most innocent among us can be. We'll be navigating the heart-wrenching details surrounding infant Brendon Staddon. We want to pull out the crucial insights and the lessons from the sources you've shared with us. Our mission today really is to thoroughly understand the sequence of events, the evidence that surfaced, and crucially the broader implications of what happened here. Brendon was born prematurely, wasn't he, at 33 weeks? And then, just tragically, suffered fatal injuries on March 5th, 2024. This is while he was in Yeovil District Hospital's Special Care Baby Unit.
Yeah, and what's fascinating here, fascinating in a deeply unsettling way, is not just the shocking nature of the crime itself. It's the intricate layers of detail that came out during the investigation and the trial. Brendon sustained truly horrific injuries. We're talking a fractured skull, a broken neck, jaw, and legs. Detective Inspector Nadine Partridge, who led the case, she described the actions as evil. She noted that no part of Brendon's tiny body was left uninjured. It's almost impossible to comprehend for a 2-week-old baby. How did the medical experts even begin to piece together such a horrifying picture?
Well, that's where the investigation really started to reveal the unimaginable. The person found guilty of his murder by a jury at Bristol Crown Court was his own father, Daniel Gunter. He was 27. He steadfastly denied harming Brendon right through it. But the evidence presented just painted this undeniable, horrifying picture.
Indeed. And the observations from the nursing staff and the medical experts, they became absolutely crucial, didn't they? They noted incredibly rough handling, specifically mentioned Brendon being swung by his ankles.
Swung by his ankles.
Yes, and struck against a hard surface multiple times. And these early observations, they immediately highlight that really delicate balance hospitals face, between parental rights and, above all, child protection. What this ultimately makes us consider is how such a, blatant disregard for a fragile infant could happen within a supposedly controlled environment like a hospital. Nurses even expressed concern when Gunter took Brendon out of an incubator without permission.
Well, I remember reading that.
And then delayed getting hospital attention until the baby was found cold and presumed dead. This is where the red flags just became impossible to ignore.
And maybe one of the most chilling insights, certainly from the police reports, was Gunter's demeanor. After his arrest and during the police interviews, they said he showed absolutely no remorse, just focusing on his phone and his vape, never once expressing any concern for Brendon. This chilling lack of empathy, as the police described it, is just a stark reminder, isn't it, of the psychological complexities you often see in these extreme cases. It presents a unique challenge for both investigators and the justice system in trying to understand motive and accountability. And interestingly, Brendon's mother, Sophie Staddon, she faced a lesser charge, causing or allowing death, but she was actually acquitted.
Yeah, which immediately begs the question, how could a system designed to protect allow such a tragedy to unfold? This deep dive, I hope, has helped you grasp the core facts of this incredibly difficult case, from the specific injuries, the awful injuries, to the outcome of the trial and these critical ongoing reviews that are stemming from it. It really forces us to look beyond the individual act and consider the surrounding circumstances.
Yeah. Looking back at these painful details, what truly resonates is the broader conversation this case really forces us into, about vigilance and safeguarding. We've delved into the incredibly difficult details of Brendon Staddon's short life and his tragic death, and the conviction of his father, Daniel Gunter, for murder. And the sentencing for Daniel Gunter is scheduled for October 3rd, 2025.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the human cost, it's just immense. Brendon's grandfather, Simon Gunter, he articulated the family's profound heartbreak. He noted the loss of those simple milestones, like first steps and words, memories they'll tragically never have. It's such a stark reminder of the ripple effect of such a devastating act.
From my perspective, after reviewing all this, what truly stands out is the ongoing effort to learn from such a catastrophe, to try and ensure that something like this is, hopefully never repeated.
Exactly. And a crucial point here is that the NHS trust involved is conducting a child safeguarding practice review. It's expected to publish its findings in the autumn of 2025. Now, this review isn't just a formality. These processes often become critical turning points, They're designed to reveal systemic blind spots, perhaps things concerning protocols for parental access in hospital settings, maybe.
Or maybe the subtle signs nursing staff are trained to look for.
Precisely. For you, the listener, this case ultimately prompts us all to reflect on the layers of responsibility and vigilance required to safeguard the most vulnerable among us. Even in environments we inherently trust, like a hospital, what broader lessons might a review like this reveal? And how does the very existence of such a review just underscore the continuous need for critical examination of our safeguarding practices? The answers that are unearthed by this review, they'll be vital. Not just for this specific tragic case, but for strengthening the safety nets for all children.